Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm sharing my May 2022 bullet journal plan with me. First thing I want to say is I want to apologize for my voice. I'm super congested right now. I'm getting over a cold and a sinus infection, but as always, I'm starting out with a flip through of last month, and for April, I did this black and white space theme. I will have this plan with me linked in the cards and down below if you missed it. A theme that I've always wanted to do in my bullet journal is a tulip theme, so I thought this was a super fun and springy theme for May. Here are the supplies I used for this plan with me, which are just a couple Tombows and these calligraph pens from an Archer and Olive subscription box. And I'm also using this pad of green and yellow dot grid paper from that same subscription box, and although this box is sold out, you can still use code CMCG10 for 10% off your order at archerandolive.com for any notebooks, pens, notepads, etc. If you are new to my channel, I'm doing a gnome in my bullet journal every month to go along with each theme, and this is actually my first female style gnome, I guess you could call it. All of my other gnomes so far have had your more typical beards, but for this month I wanted to try out this braided beard for a more feminine looking gnome. One of my plan with me videos was featured on Erin Floto Designs channel, who is an amazing bullet journalist, and you should definitely go check her out. I will have her channel linked down below. And in that video she wanted to suggest some girl names for my Paris gnome, and I didn't realize how limited I was making only male style gnomes, so thank you to Erin for giving me this idea to create this female style gnome. I haven't done a girl gnome before this because honestly the thought of drawing braids scared me. They looked really hard to create, and although I don't think they came out the best, I think with more practice I will definitely get more comfortable and they'll start turning out a lot better, so that hopefully means you will see more girl style gnomes in the foreseeable future. I just added some tulips for the gnome to hold, and the other side of the hat was looking a little bit bare, so I added in a butterfly because I thought it went along with the springy vibes, and I've also been watching a lot of Encanto lately, which has a lot of butterflies in it. And now I'm just coloring everything in and putting some final touches on my gnome, so I wanted you all to comment down below what you think my very first quote-unquote girl gnome's name should be. And if you're new here, we do this every month where my viewers get to share their gnome name ideas. In a day or two after this video goes live, I'm going to post a poll of some of the names I love that you've requested in the comments, and you will all be able to vote on this girl's official name. And I usually like to keep the name going along with the theme, so my astronaut's gnome name was Galileo, my leprechaun gnome in March was Finnegan, my Paris gnome in February was Pierre, and my coffee gnome in January was Brewster. I am really excited to see what you all come up with for this month. So after coloring everything in, I'm just grabbing my notepad and taking out this piece of lighter green paper to rip and put in the corner of the spread, and that is my May gnome spread complete. For my cover page, I decided to bring in this watering can doodle to put the tulips inside, and I think it came out super cute. And by the way, if you want to recreate this theme or any tulip theme, I didn't realize how easy it was to draw tulips, and I think the trick is to make the petals look unique just like every flower you draw. And I looked at some pictures of Autumn Aldrich on Instagram for inspiration on how to draw tulips, and she's truly an amazing artist, so you should definitely go check her out as well. I'm also in love with my color palette this month. I knew I wanted to use some of my calligraphs, and the marsh green definitely stuck out to me the most. I've been using it as a highlight color in my happy planner for a couple months, and it's just such a good light green shade. Not too minty, not too sagey. I've honestly never come across a green marker like this one before, and I absolutely love it. And I paired it with the toucan orange calligraph, and you can see on the braids it's not quite an orange, it's actually more of a yellow to me. And I also used this Tombow dual brush pen in 553, which is this gorgeous periwinkle shade that I'm obsessed with at the moment. As for the header style I chose this month, it's this really simple bouncy cursive that I achieved with an 02 micron fine liner, but I actually went back in with an 05 to thicken it up later on, and I think I made the right decision in doing that. It gives it a lot more definition, and the 05 micron is what I use for the rest of the headers in this setup. I'm taking some more of this light green paper from my dot grid notepad to put in the corner of this spread as well, and I am so super happy with how it turned out. It ties in the entire color palette, and we are moving on to my trackers. My first tracker in my setups is my habit tracker, and like I said before, I'm using my 05 micron to do the rest of these headers because I just like the bolder look to it, and I think it gave the spread a little bit more dimension, as I'm also using my 05 to do my habit grids. My habit grids aren't anything you've never seen before if you've been watching me for a while. It's just 10 dot grid spaces across and 3 down with 1 extra for the 31 days in May. I'm still tracking the same habits as I always do, which are making my bed, walking, washing my hair, being productive, and reading. I would usually add no snacking at the end of that list, but honestly, I've been cheating a lot when I fill out my habits at the end of the day. Like, I'll eat cookies or a granola bar or something, which duh, those are snacks, but then I think like, oh, it's not like I sat down on the couch and ate a whole bag of chips or something, I'll just give it to myself. Which does happen, but I've honestly just gotten away from crossing off only the days where I don't snack at all, so I'm gonna find a different habit to track this month in that last space, and maybe come back to no snacking again because I think that really is a good habit for me. I just have to stop cheating and marking my no snacking days when I actually am snacking a little bit. For my anxiety tracker, last month I did a circle tracker and I was not happy at all with it. I've been really missing coloring in doodles that are specific to my theme, so I'm bringing that style back for May. Each day I will color in a tulip petal to represent how high my anxiety gets each day, and I've referenced that key that you'll see in a second at the bottom of the spread where light yellow represents no anxiety, yellow means a little bit of anxiety, periwinkle means a lot of anxiety, and green means I had a panic attack that day. I also added in some yellow dot grid paper from that same notepad as my green paper to make sort of a wrapping for my bouquet. I'm sure that's not what it's called, but I can't think of the name right now. I don't love how this turned out. I think my cutting and spacing job or something made it look a little bit awkward, but it's fine. I'm not gonna fix it. Now I'm just adding some final touches to this spread, like numbering all the petals for each day of the month, and I'm also adding in that key at the bottom. And if you're interested in more anxiety tracker style spreads, I do have a top 5 anxiety trackers video if you would like to look at that. I'll have that linked in the cards and down below if you're interested. This is my before EOY spread, which means end of the year, which is basically a brain dump with a specific intent, which is really the only way I can actually use brain dumps in my bullet journal. I find that usually if I just title a spread brain dump, I have a hard time filling it out because at least this one is specific to tasks I need to complete before the end of the school year, but otherwise I'm just like, I don't even know what to put here. I'm a kindergarten teacher for those of you who don't know, and my last day of school is June 15th, so I'm planning on getting a bunch of cleaning and organizing done for next year before this school year ends. For my gratitude log, I'm sticking to what I know, and I created these 8x3 boxes to write one thing I'm grateful for each day in a different font, and I incorporated my springy theme with a butterfly in the bottom corner. I'm actually thinking about switching up this gratitude log style sometime in the near future. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but I will definitely keep you updated either on here or on Instagram with my new ideas. I absolutely loved my 2 lines a day from last month, so I'm definitely bringing it back for this month. Instead of the 2 lines across the whole page, I just have 4 columns and 4 lines halfway through the page to journal a little bit about each day. And even though I technically have the same amount of room as 2 full rows across the page, for some reason I feel like I have so much more room when I use this layout. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's working for me and that's all that matters. I also added in a little watering can of tulips at the bottom with a little quote that says, "Did someone say flowers?" which is from Encanto. Honestly, the best movie right now. I'm really sorry about leaving all these long pauses in between voiceovers. I'm just not feeling good at all, so talking is taking a lot out of me. It's also really tough to think of things to say for 17 or 18-minute videos. I just run out of explaining how I'm doing things because I pretty much do the same things every month and you can also see what I'm doing. Would you guys want me to tell more stories or talk more about my own personal life rather than bullet journaling? Leave me a comment down below if that's something you want to hear, because I'm always trying to fill in these random spots of my voiceover. And as always, my last spread of this setup is my monthly review. I always look forward to filling this out at the end of each month because it really wraps everything up for me and really gets me excited about the month coming, so this is just my favorite spread ever. I always include a space for memories, like my best memory, highlights from the month, and also a place for a Polaroid of a picture I took from that month, which I just print out from my Instax printer from my phone. For future, I reflect on what I'm excited for and nervous about for the month coming. And then on the right page, I have a space for my monthly favorites like music, movies, TV shows, YouTube channels, books, and food. At the bottom, I left a space to redraw my tulips gnome just like I always do, and I also wrote "Hello, my name is" next to her and left a blank space to write her name when you all choose it. Again, I will look through the comments and have a poll up on my community tab for you all to vote in within the next couple days after putting out this video. We are now entering the final flip through portion of today's video, and if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to leave a comment of a tulip emoji. You guys are the best, even for my long pauses. I'm so super sorry about that again, but also please comment down below what your bullet journal theme is for May. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal Instagram at Creative Minds Coffee Grinds for more bullet journal content like this. And I also just got a TikTok, which is at Creative Mind Coffee Grinds, which is minds without the S, because TikTok only lets you have 24 character usernames, not 25. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!